What's going on, everybody? You back rocking with your boy, Sweet Science, you on the air. Subscribe to the channel, beat the like button up, make sure you hit the bell icon for all your post notifications, because we're going to talk about it. So this is not an easy, or gonna be an easy subject for me to tackle. This is not a bash Gervonta Tank Davis video. I love Tank, not like that, obviously, but I love Tank, and I've been rocking with Tank since I can remember, man, since like 2014, 2015. But I'm just a boxing junkie. I give honest assessments on my channel of what I think is going to happen in fights, fights that I would like to see made, and, just other things pertaining to boxing news. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, I'm not trying to be first with the news. I don't care about none of that stuff. As far as my channel, like I said, this is more of a boxing junkie channel. This ain't no mainstream, boxing channel, nothing like that. I'm just a boxing junkie, man. And so let's get into it. So, I think the worst thing that can happen to a fighter, any fighter, is that they get comfortable in their career, where they're at. That's the worst thing that can happen to any fighter. When you look at, I know he's not a real fighter, but for example, when you look at the old Rocky movies, right? I think it was the third Rocky movie with Mr. T, where, Mick told Rock, you didn't got, you didn't got successful, Rock. You didn't got comfortable. And that's the worst thing that could happen to a fighter. This is the worst sport. Boxing is the worst sport for an athlete to become comfortable, because other sports, basketball, football, you can get hurt in football. They get concussions all the time in football. But almost all other sports, you can get comfortable and it doesn't necessarily put your life on the line. You get comfortable in boxing, it could mean your life. And shout out to all the boxers who have lost their lives over the years. Any fighter or anyone anywhere for that matter. But we're talking about boxing today, so shout out to any other families that lost someone that was a boxer in their family and stuff like that. Like, boxing is not a game. You don't play boxing, you can't play boxing. So with that being said, let me get into my reasons why I think Tank Davis is about to lose to Rolly Romero. And I'm going to start from the beginning, and I'm going to just try to run through everything and, see if y'all can keep up. Hopefully y'all can follow. This is for the real cerebral cats. You're not probably going to understand a lot of the shit I'm about to say if you're not cerebral. If you can't, go beyond the surface, if you can't scratch beyond the surface, a lot of what I'm about to say is probably going to go over y'all heads. You know what I'm saying? So, let's look at a few things, right? Rolly and Tank have a history together. They, they both come up under Mayweather Promotions. And I'm not saying that's where Tank got his start, or that's where he first put on the gloves, was with, Mayweather Promotions, because obviously they got pictures of Tank when he was a kid in Baltimore boxing. I'm not saying the first time Rolly put on gloves was, at the Mayweather gym, but they both came up under the Mayweather banner, the TMT Promotions. So they've seen each other. They've seen a lot of each other before. Actually, more than probably the average casual would know. That's why there's history there that Romero talks about. And if you look at the timeline, when Tank was first becoming Tank, he was getting the name for himself, and Mayweather was putting so much into him. He was on top of the world. He still is on top of the world. It's Gervonta Davis, still undefeated. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all think Pitbull Cruz beat him. I don't think Cruz beat him, but I think he tested him. He gave him a hard fight, a very revealing fight, which is going to lead me into what I'm getting into right now. So they have a history, Tank and Rolly. At their first ever fight press conference, the fight that got canceled right before Tank fought Cruz when Rolly had the fucking big ass fur coat on and shit. Tank tells you, he says, if you watch that again, he says, yo, we walked in, so Tank was like the cool kid on campus. And he's like, we walked into the Mayweather gym. I seen Rolly sit on the couch. I told him he was a bum-ass fighter. And that says a lot because, one, it's like, Tank, that's not cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell somebody that. You the man, you know what I'm saying? You getting paychecks, you making a living. Motherfuckers is trying to feed their families like you. You know what I mean? So I don't, he didn't say that there was an argument that happened to where he said that out of anger or something like that, into which it would have been a little more understandable. But he just said he told Rolly he was a bum-ass fighter and Rolly was sitting on the couch. Tank said it. And he said Rolly ain't do nothing. He ain't say nothing. So, I know that, because I've been bullied before, like when I was in school and stuff like that. And like I know whether Rolly said something in that moment or not, I know that when Tank said that to him, that did something to him. Like, yeah, all right, nigga. Yeah, I'm a bum-ass fighter. All right. Yeah, all right. So, obviously nothing happened. Tank goes on to getting the incredible wins he's got, and Rolly continued his career. You know what I'm saying? Nothing spectacular, nothing out of the ordinary. They both continued to move under the Mayweather banner. I watched an interview today where Leonard Ellerbe said, probably for the last 3 years, and the timeline is right, probably around the time that Tank made that comment to Rolly. Leonard Ellerbe said, I've been seeing Rolly at the gym. Every time I come in there, he's in there. And, he says the same thing to me every time. I want to fight Tank. This isn't about Rolly proving to other people what he can do. This is about Rolly proving something to himself. And when you're trying to prove something to yourself, it's a whole different belief system. You know what I'm saying? I seen Regis Prograis. He was on live, and they asked Regis Prograis, somebody, what you think of the Tank Rolly fight? And Regis Prograis said, I think Tank gonna kill Rolly. But then he also said, but at the same time, Rolly truly believes, that he's gonna knock Tank out. And now, you can tell when a fighter tells another fighter, or when somebody makes any kind of threat, really, they're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. It's like, saying it is one thing, but like doing it and actually trying to go about doing it is another thing. So, he would say, I want to fight Tank. This is what Leonard Ellerbe said. It was an interview I watched today. I want to fight Tank. So Rolly's trying to prove something to himself, not to other people. I mean, if something gets proved to other people in the process of him proving something to himself, then so be it. But I don't think that's why he's doing this. I don't think that's why he wants this fight. I think he wants this fight because he really believes that he can beat him. And Regis Prograis said that. He said, Rolly truly believes he's going to knock Tank out. And then he said, and that shit is important, that he believes that. So it's the perfect storm of shit. It's the perfect storm of things. I don't think Rolly is a better fighter than Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't think he is at all. Rolly may never be a better fighter than Gervonta Tank Davis, but the first thing about boxing is most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. And with that being said, it's like the better skilled fighter is not always the fighter that wins. You understand this? Perfect example, because it plays right into a lot of y'all hands. Y'all said Wilder didn't have skills. And then especially with him, quote unquote, losing to Fury, You know, some people will try to tell you 3 times. Him losing to Fury, you know, it's a lot of people that'll say or still say, yeah, Wilder didn't have any skills. Okay. Well, then if that's the case, everybody he fought was the better fighter. Doesn't matter if he had skills or not. If he doesn't have skills, and these are real boxers, they probably skill wise they're probably better than Wilder. That would make sense. That's logical. And what happened to them? And then you have, you know, the casuals or the people who aren't fighters or can't fight or have never been in a fight in their lives. You know, they were cab drivers, they were bums. You know, I say this all the time. If I found 50 cab drivers from your city, and you had to fight them all, you wouldn't win all those fights. I'm not a fighter. Doesn't matter. They're cab drivers. Neither are they, right? So if I got 50 cab drivers from your city, you wouldn't beat them all. And then out of all the ones that you do beat, you're not going to knock them all out. So, you know, everybody that fought Wilder had the better skill, and Tank has a better skill over Rolly. So that incident happened. You know, that was probably something that was burning in Rolly for a long time. You know, Tank continued on being Tank. Rolly continued doing what he do. And watch them fight. I ain't talking about them on the pads. The pads is cool. Watch them fight. Watch how they fight. Look how they fight. Look how Tank fight. Look how Rolly fight. And then you have to visualize what that will be like when it comes together. You understand what I'm saying? You have to let it play out in your mind. I'm not always right, but I've also predicted a lot of knockouts. And what's scary is I've predicted a lot of knockouts and the rounds that they were going to happen just because it's things to take into account. Like an example. I said that years ago. I'm going back to 2016, 2015, 2016 with this one. I said that I'm just giving you 2 examples. I said when Canelo knocked out Amir Khan, I thought about that fight logically. I thought about their skills. I thought about their strength. I thought about their speed. I thought about their ability to take a punch. I thought about their heart, their tenacity. I took all these things into consideration. And I said to myself, Amir Khan's going to get knocked out in the 6th round because by the 6th round, he fights Canelo Alvarez. Canelo's going to touch him finally. I think Amir Khan is skilled enough to stay away from getting hit with anything serious for 5 rounds. I think he's skilled enough to do that. But somewhere in the length of a 12-round fight, you're going to get hit. And hopefully you are positioned correctly to take that hit. And I said that he was going to get knocked out in the 6th. And I didn't bet on that fight, and I should have. But I probably wouldn't have. Well, I don't know what the odds was on that. But I would guess that Canelo was the favorite, but he knocked him out in the 6th. Or like Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. That video is actually on my channel. You can go back and watch that. And I put it out. I put the video out before the fight happened. So that's also how you know I'm not no Tank hater. Like I think Tank is pound for pound, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes things happen, man. And sometimes things are a perfect storm of things collectively. And so, you know, when you look at that fight with Tank and Santa Cruz, I predicted that. And I put that video on my channel and I said how it was going to go. And I predicted the round on my channel. I put the video out and it happened exactly how I said it would. So I'm just looking at things honestly. I'm not trying to lean any kind of way. I'm just looking at it honestly. And I think that the way Tank fights, and he's been fighting lately, it's like, I don't think it's going to be enough for Rolly. Like, because, you know, everybody's going to be like, oh, Tank hit hard. Yeah, that's cool. He do. Rolly do too. And then you have to think, who are the guys that have given Tank problems? Well, we look at his last fights. I'll just touch on some Tank victories real quick. Let's look at the Pedraza. Yeah, he knocked Pedraza out. That's the first thing everybody's gonna say. He knocked Pedraza out. He did, and it was crucial too. Caught him leaning, had his chin. He had already had his chin hanging down because Tank had leaned him. clicked him right on his shit, turned this whole shit. I was like, yo, that boy's neck is cruised. But yeah, that was a great knockout by Tank. And then, you know, that's one good knockout. Tank got a lot of good knockouts. But I'm just talking notable ones. That Gamboa. Now, I feel like, I don't know how long y'all been watching boxing, but I remember watching Gamboa in like 2011. You know what I'm saying? That's how long I've been watching boxing. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching Gamboa back in 2011. So I'm not going to say he's washed up, because a lot of people that will probably try to make fun of Gamboa can't whoop him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say Gamboa's washed up, but at the same time, it's like he's past it, though. You know what I'm saying? And it took Tank 12 rounds to knock him out. So I'm looking at this, right? And then I'm looking at Rolly, and Rolly, don't get me wrong, the level of opposition, but then again, one of these newer, fresher fighters would beat your ass before older Gamboa, dude. These newer, fresher fighters is killers. They'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? You know, you press the gas on Gamboa and you know how to defend yourself. You, even if anything, you can make it through 12. You know what I'm saying? Versus Gamboa. You know what I mean? So these newer fighters is younger and is fresher and more savage, and they'll whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it took Tank 12 rounds to knock Gamboa out. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, all right, bet. And Rolly fighting he fight whoever they put in front of him. Stoning him. But bad, though. Like, yo, should they had even been fighting? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm looking at this. Okay. So that happens with Tank, the Pedraza, the Gamboa. After Gamboa, he fought not right after. This isn't in order, but he fought Mario Barrios, who, he moved up to fight him. I believe that was at 140, and Mario Barrios was, a taller cat, big cat. And it took Tank some time to get to him. You know what I'm saying? But he ended up knocking him out. Or my personal favorite Tank Davis knockout was the knockout of Leo Santa Cruz, because Rolly was like, Leo Santa Cruz was weight drained or whatever or was not weight drained, but was a smaller cat coming up. Well, first and foremost, Santa Cruz the one who called out Tank. So if you ask for that, then you ask and thou shalt receive. Like Mikey Garcia calling out Arrow. Like, relax, bro. You gonna get what you asking for. You do a call out, you gonna get what you asking for. You know what I'm saying? So, first thing is first is Leo Santa Cruz asked for that. And then two, it's like, watch that fight again. Tank's eye was about to start closing up at the end of that. Already at the end of that 6th round. When you look at the fight again, look at the end, Tank's eye, that boy's shit was swooshed. Why would I lie? The evidence is there. You can go look and you can find it. Tank's shit was swooshed. You know what I'm saying? So his defense ain't that good. Like, I ain't seen Devin Haney shit look like that after a fight. I ain't seen Shakur Stevenson shit look like that after a fight. I was gonna say Errol, but I'm gonna tell the truth. After the Sean Porter fight at the post-fight press conference, it looked like Errol got stung by a bunch of bees. But that was one of my favorite fights I've ever watched, because both of them really gave it they all, left it all in there, and really went in. That was an amazing fight. You know what I'm saying? That fight actually made me respect Sean Porter way more than I already did, which was a lot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that fight, I was like, yo, Sean came to fight. He ain't come to lay down. So speaking of that, coming to lay down, Rolly's not coming to lay down. Now, they have moved on with their careers, but like Leonard Ellerby and everybody says, this is, Coach Cal said it. He said, these guys don't like each other, and they've been going at it for years. So Rolly's had to be in the shadow at TMT of Tank for years now, and he's always wanted that fight. Not only, I guess, technically in a way, he's proven it to, I guess, the people inside their circle, TMT, that, I can beat him. He's not the top dog, or if he was, he's not no more. You know what I'm saying? And then there's more key elements. If you've been watching this long, I like to circle out to come back in. So now I'm really about to dig into the meat of it. If you've been watching it this long, just flow with me. At their first press conference, I think had they fought at that time, I think that Tank would have beat Rolly, because when they first did it, I feel like Rolly was, I don't want to say starstruck, but I don't know too many ways or words to put on what he was, but it was like he was caught in a moment when they did the first press conference, right? But shit, man, the thing happened where the fight had to get postponed. We watched Tank fight Pitbull Cruz, which, you know, hey man, that was close. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was close. And Pitbull like this big. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that what's going to happen is, I think Tank's going to get knocked out. Now, like I said, there's more things that I'm taking into account. It's not just, I don't think, Rolly's going to just get lucky. I think he's going to set it up. He said Tank's going to run into something, and I think that's true. And people are going to be like, how often do you see Tank run into anything? No, I've seen Tank run into shit before. Like I just said, if he wasn't running into shit, his eye wouldn't have looked like that at the end of the Santa Cruz fight. You know what I'm saying? Now, that same uppercut he hit Santa Cruz with, where he went around and under his shit, with one of the coldest fucking knockouts I've ever seen. If he was to hit Rolly with that same punch, I don't think that would knock Rolly out. I don't think that's gonna cut it. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna have to dig deep and pull something out of him. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm not trying to sway no way specifically. I respect to all fighters and love to all fighters, so I'm not trying to sway no way specifically. But I think Tank's gonna lose, and so he also said something that you got to take into account. It's a perfect storm of things. He said at the first press conference when Rolly had on the fur, he said, they only want me to fight him, something to the effect of, not in quotes, but he said something to the effect of, they being Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe, they only want me to fight him because they know I'm leaving after this. And so let's really dissect that comment for a second. Well, what does that mean? What are you telling us, Tank? What did you think? What was the point of you saying that? And I feel like Tank said that to kind of lightweight, like, tell on the situation. Like, yo, this could be a setup because they know I'm leaving. They want me to lose. And if I lose, I lost to a TMT guy. So Rolly ain't finna leave TMT no time soon. So if Tank loses on the way out the door and Rolly wins, Floyd still got the nigga that beat Tank. So it's like he took all his juice. You know what I'm saying? Because I've heard motherfuckers say that word on the street is Floyd has vested interest in Rolly winning his fight. You know what I'm saying? So especially with Tank leaving, Floyd ain't gonna be able to make money off of him no more. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's telling that Tank said that. Like, why did he say that? The only reason they want me to fight him is because they know I'm leaving after this. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the point of saying that? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you trying to say if you lose that they put you in there with somebody they felt like you would lose to because you were leaving? You know what I'm saying? So it was weird to me that Tank said that. Tank don't seem that motivated. Like, don't get me wrong. When they was, it's one thing they face to face, but look at Tank got a character. Tank don't let nobody get under his skin. And you know how it is. Y'all know how it is. Once you get out of character, once they got you mad, once they make you mad, they beat you. They won. You know what I'm saying? And Tank, like, getting out of character and shit, and he up in Rolly's face, you a bitch, I'm gonna show you a bum, you a bum. Like, it's just like out of Tank's like nature. Like, that's like if we used to almost see Arrow get like that. It's like I would expect some shit like that from like a Jamal Charlo. You know what I'm saying? But it coming from Tank, I felt like it was a bit out of character. And the fact that Rolly got him to get out of character like that is telling to me, like, yo, why you tripping, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it ain't like that, why you tripping? He getting out of character and shit. Rolly, who I don't what would he lie for? You know what I'm saying? I know he'd be doing a lot of capping, but certain things, it's like he wouldn't say that if he ain't mean it. And he said he still got the text messages. He was supposed to spar Tank on 2 different occasions, and Tank didn't show up either time. But you seen Tank show up to spar 147-pounder Ivan Redcash. You saw Tank spar him and whooped his ass. Tank put paws on him. So he spars Ivan Redcash. Why? So it's like, if you looking for the work, why you ain't show up to spar Rolly twice? That's telling to me. Like, not once out of 2 times. If a nigga asks me to spar 1 time, if something in the cosmos happens and I can't make it, that's cool. It is what it is. If he does it a second time, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I don't care. Man, nah, you're not about to do me like that. You know what I'm saying? So if he does it a second time, I'm going to be there. So for Tank not to show up the second time, I thought it was weird. So Rolly goes through the litigations, the legal allegations and shit like that. They come back around, and now they got the fight on again. And now also keep in mind, more things to consider. Tank broke his hand in the Pitbull Cruz fight. He broke his hand. Y'all forgot? Or did you even know that? He broke his hand, bruh. He broke it. And that's cool. Like, you could be like, you can jump in the comments and be like, they got the best doctors in the world. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But it doesn't matter. It's like once you break your hand once, you could have the best doctors in the world. Orthopedic type shit. You're in a professional sport of boxing. Once both hands are broken, it's very possible that they can get broken again. Tank broke his hand in the Pitbull Cruz fight. This is the fight after the Pitbull Cruz fight. It's not like there was a buffer fight in between, like a tune-up. This is the fight after the Pitbull Cruz fight. Do you think Tank's hand has had enough time to heal? Because I don't. I don't think that at all. I don't think his hand has had enough time to heal. You know, was he, if you think it had enough time to heal, was he not sparring? Did he not spar for camp? Did he spar for camp? It's a lose-lose either way. If he didn't spar for camp, well then shit. If he did spar for camp, well then shit. You're not giving the hand no time. Would he do light sparring? Stop it, son. Was he hitting a bag? Was he hitting the bags? You ever been to a boxing gym? You ever punched bags for an hour? Bro. Nah. He broke his hand. Y'all forgot. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So he broke his hand in the Pitbull Cruz fight. Now, we get back to present day. The situation that happened with Bullet. I feel like when Tank and Bullet, so after Rolly beat the allegations and they came back to, you know, where we at today, they did a press conference where Tank told Bullet, well, we know none of your fighters got skills. We know that for sure. Like, and that was funny. I'm not gonna cap. Like, Tank was like really like roasting. That was some funny shit. I can't even cap. That was funny as hell. So, you know, Tank just had a daughter. I'm mentioning that in a good way. These are blessings. These are good things. I got 3 daughters. So when you have kids, it's like, I'm not gonna say you get softer. I'm not gonna say that, but I don't know. It takes a part of you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, he just had a daughter. He's comfortable. He lives a good life, which he deserves. Tank worked hard. Tank worked hard. He fought who they put in front of him. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly, hopefully, even though he said he didn't ask for the fights, but that's crazy that you would leave him when you ain't asked for the fights, but hopefully when Tank leaves TMT, he makes the big fights. We get to see Tank fight Devin Haney. We get to see Tank fight Shakur Stevenson. We get to see Tank fight all the fights that we want to see him fight. And that's if he don't lose this one. which he's going to. He's going to win. And by the way, for the rematch, if there is a rematch, I got Tank Davis for the rematch. I think if Rolly was to pull this out of his fucking ass, I think in the rematch, Tank would kill him. I think, yeah, I would, yeah, in a rematch, I would pick Tank for sure. But I think this initial meeting, I think Tank's gonna lose. So they come back today. Tank trashes Bullet, tells Bullet, you a trash trainer, causing Booker T. Everybody heard Booker T. To me, it sounded like he called him Booger T, like a play on Booker T. So he was still calling him Booker T, but it sounded like he called him Booger T to me, bruh. But you know, he hit him with that. He told him he was a trash trainer. And, you know, they got into it. And Tank was, like, taking it away from boxing. These are all keys to pick up on. He was taking it away from boxing. He was like, you know, well, if this was the streets, niggas have been smoked. I send niggas at their house. Like, bro, what are you talking about, bro? This is a fucking... unless I missed it, I didn't hear Rolly say no shit like that. Like, yo, I'll pull up to your crib, nigga. What's popping, nigga? That's like a whole different, like, bro, we boxing? You trying to get smoked, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's different. You know what I'm saying? That's completely different. We not talking about boxing now. Now you being weird. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Tank went there with it, and I didn't understand, like, yo, where's this coming from, bro? Why is he acting like that? It feels like nervous energy, low-key. And it's because I feel like Tank knows something. And, you know, Ryan Garcia said it. Not that I give any merit to 99% of what Ryan Garcia says, but there are sometimes people who even a broken clock is right 2 times a day. So there are times where people, you know, who are court gestures and shit and got a lot of jokes. There are times where they say shit and it's like, yo, yeah, he might have been spot on with that one. You know what I'm saying? And so Ryan Garcia was like, yo, and is it just me? Or, and this, I'm quoting from here, he said, is it just me? Or it didn't really seem like Tank wanted to fight Rolly too much. And it didn't seem like he was trying to get on Tank, like he was trying to embarrass him. I felt like he was really asking, like, you know, it didn't really seem like Tank wanted to fight him that much. Why? You know what I'm saying? You look at their physicalities. I just feel like if Tank, like I said, I have no problem if I end up being wrong, which I hope I am wrong. If I end up being wrong, then I was wrong. But I don't think I'm gonna be wrong. I think Tank is about to lose. He doesn't seem as motivated. He doesn't seem to have the fire inside. Rolly seems like he has it. You know, Tank used to get up to 165 and then, you know, shrink back down to the weight. But I've seen Rolly get up to 175. I may have seen him get up to 180 or 181. I could be tripping. But I may have seen him get up to 180 or 181. So Rolly is somebody else who comes from bigger actual weight and then goes down once they are in full battle mode and full shape down to that weight. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Tank can't weight bully him. Barrios ain't no puncher like Romero. Santa Cruz is not a puncher like Romero. And that nigga had Tank eye on, yo, his shit was about to close up. His shit was about to close up. If that shit would have went 3 more rounds, Tank eye would have been closed up by Leo Santa Cruz. I promise you that, my man. So, you know, he does get hit, actually. Tank gets hit quite often compared to a Dev Haney or a Shakur Stevenson. Yes, we've seen Haney get rocked. I ain't never seen Haney go down, though. I ain't seen Tank go down either, so... You know, but I know Tank gets hit more than Dev, and I damn sure for sure know that he gets hit more than Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that punch that he knocked out Santa Cruz with, like I said, I don't think that he'll knock Rolly out with a shot like that. It'll have to be an accumulation of shots. And Rolly's defense is underestimated. He gets hit, and it's like he gets in a position like if you're going to keep swinging, what he'll do. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think Tank is going to win this fight. It's just a perfect storm, like I said, of things. And so I think Tank is going to get knocked out after the 7th. I think that 6 and 7, the 6th and 7th round, They may even be Tank rounds, possibly, because I think Tank is going to try his hardest around the 6th or 7th round to get rid of Rolly, and I don't think he's going to be able to. And then I think after the 8th round, Tank is going to be in a lot of trouble. So I think Tank is going to, the fight's going to get stopped, or Tank's going to get knocked out anywhere from the 8th to the 12th round. That's my prediction of the fight. So yeah, man. Again, subscribe to the channel, beat the like button up. Make sure you hit the bell icon for all your post notifications. Go back and watch some of the older videos, man. Pick up some of the content. Like something. I'll respond to your comments. I try to respond to everybody's comments. Sometimes, if you come on the, channel getting smart, I'll get smart back. If you come on being polite, I'll be polite back. If you come on talking boxing, we can talk boxing. So, I'm an energy matcher. How you come is what you get. You know what I'm saying? But if you cool, you can respond in the comments. I'll chop it up with you about a lot of this stuff. But yeah, I'd like to hear from y'all. What y'all think of this fight? Are y'all laughing at Rolly? Because everybody's laughing at him. I don't think it's a matter to laugh at. I don't think it's funny at all. At all. I think Tank is actually in a lot of trouble. So, what are y'all thoughts on it? Do y'all think Rolly don't possess enough skill? Do y'all think Rolly don't possess enough power, heart, whatever, or all three? You know what I mean? We're definitely going to find out. But I think he's going to test Tank a lot. I think y'all going to be surprised. Even if that young man gets defeated, I think he's going to test Tank a lot harder than a lot of what y'all thought was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. My prediction is Tank gets knocked out anywhere from the 8th to the 12th. I know I'm the only boxing channel that's going to have this prediction, so I don't want nobody talking about I kind of knew this would happen, or you thought this, no. And if Tank gets the knockout, shit. Hey, I was wrong. It is what it is. Maybe I assessed their attributes incorrectly. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got Rolly Romero winning by KO, TKO or KO, anywhere from the 8th to the 12th. That's my fight prediction. Subscribe to the channel, beat the like button up, hit the bell icon for all your post notifications. We talked about it. I'll see y'all soon.